First, I think I commend the President of the Law Society and his council for a commendable job. I mean, this is a national call. The need to reform the judiciary is a national duty, and I commend you, Mr. President, and your council for an excellent job. I think the President has said everything. What I will just add is that I think as lawyers, as Kenyans, we are tired of a corrupt judiciary that refuses to reform itself. In fact, the judiciary is incapable of reforming itself. And I think I commend also the President of his targeted, we are targeting certain special courts, notorious judges who have refused to stop this jurisprudence business that they have been doing all along. So, Mr. President and your council, I think you have done an excellent job. We are behind you 100%, and we will continue this job with you until the judiciary is reformed and until the corrupt judges change their bad habit. Thank you very much.
Fellow Kenyans, litigants and advocates, we stand here today in solidarity with the President of the Law Society of Kenya and the council members of the Law Society of Kenya to take this bold step towards ensuring, entrenching, and maintaining accountability and integrity in the judiciary. Many here may not know that several years ago, on a day like this, the President of the Law Society of Kenya stood here together with the membership of the Law Society of Kenya and demanded accountability of the then Chief Justice Bernard Chunga. And this is a message that I want to pass to Chief Justice Martha Koome. We've sat with you. We've asked you to take the necessary steps to ensure that there is accountability and integrity in the judiciary. These will not have come today if the Chief Justice gave a listening ear to what we requested of her. Going forward, Mr. President, this initiative must be sustained not only in respect of those targeted judges, but I dare say in respect of those judges who have issued orders restraining the Judicial Service Commission from doing its work. And fundamentally also, because we know there are so many of these petitions before the GSC that were dismissed without merit. We need those petitions to be reconsidered afresh, because accountability must start with us and it must end with us. I thank you most sincerely, Mr. President. Continue with this initiative. Thank you so much.
Allow me to first welcome you to this press briefing or media engagement on Wednesday, 22nd July, the morning of the General Court boycott. The purpose is to give you an update on what is going on. I'll start by introducing who is with me here. My name is Charles Kanjama, Senior Counsel, the President of the Law Society of Kenya. I'm accompanied by several council members of the Law Society of Kenya. I have the Chair of the Senior Council Bar, Philip Murgo, here. Several past presidents of the Law Society of Kenya who are also Senior Counsel. That includes Nelson Havi, Senior Counsel, Ahmednasir Abdullahi, Senior Counsel, Eric Theuri, Senior Counsel. I'm also joined by several members of the Bar, advocates of the High Court of Kenya. And we are here to address you on the morning where we have begun our General Court boycott of 1 day on what is happening and the way forward. Members of the press, members of the public, Kenyans at large, good morning. On behalf of the Law Society of Kenya, we are here to say that number one, the court boycott is going on in courts across the country. Many lawyers have heeded the call of the Law Society of Kenya to take out their cases before the courts, and we are gratified that several judges and judicial officers have respected what LSK is doing, and several of our members have done so. Number two, we are however concerned at several instances we have had where some judges, some judicial officers have declined to comply with the notice that was issued to the judiciary that lawyers will be exercising their right to boycott court under Article 37 and Article 41 of the Constitution of Kenya. We are still receiving information from our members who are being forced to proceed with matters, and some of whose matters have been taken out with prejudice. They have been either dismissed or asked to pay court allocation, court adjournment fees, and so on. So we are receiving that information so that we can compile a full list. Number 3, LSK reserves and intends to exercise its right to take further action against any judges, judicial officers, or any persons who interfere with the right of lawyers to push for judicial accountability and also accountability of the entire legal justice system. Number 4, the members of the Law Society of Kenya are encouraged to continue with the court boycott for the whole of today, the general court boycott, to continue adjourning their matters and documenting through their branches and their chapter leadership what has happened today so that we can take action. Number 5, in regard to the targeted court boycott of specific courts, including the Supreme Court of Kenya that is here behind us, we want to inform our members and the public, based on the information we have received today and the experience, it is going to be a total court boycott. We are asking every lawyer not to appear in any court that is subject to the targeted court boycott, and that includes the Supreme Court. As LSK, we are immediately preparing notice to those specific judges and magistrates so that they can take out the matters. Number 6, is it 6 or 7? Number 6, one of the measures of accountability that the judiciary promised the Law Society of Kenya and the public is publication of individual performance data for every judge or judicial officer. We've received communication from the Office of the Chief Justice that they intend to delay that publication because of a case that was filed a week ago, which has no orders stopping that publication. We strongly deplore the rollback of accountability, which is what the Law Society of Kenya has been pushing for.
Ladies and gentlemen of the press, I stand here in solidarity with the leadership of the Law Society in this very, very important quest for seeking judicial accountability. We have witnessed as a country a gradual slide in the rule of law. You have witnessed goons running around the country and working alongside policemen in settling political disputes. We are concerned that if the current trend of lack of accountability within the judiciary continues, then there will be no arbiter to determine these disputes, and what will happen is that we will go to a society that lacks the very, very basic protection that each and every one of us requires, because the judiciary is irredeemably compromised and is unable to act as an arbiter whenever disputes arise. And what that means is that it will become a jungle where the might will be the rule as opposed to a country that is based on the rule of law. That is the critical concern that we carry today as the Law Society. And so therefore, it is important for members of the public to understand that this fight is a fight that must be fought, and is a fight that must be won if we are to continue to thrive as a country that runs on the rule of law as governed by the constitution we gave ourselves. And so it is important that as media you highlight this fact that the fight for judicial accountability is a fight that each and every one of us must carry, and is a fight that each and every one of us must be determined to see won. And we want to encourage the leadership of the Law Society that we are together with them, the membership is together with them, the country is together with them, and we must win this war. Thank you very much.
Tumeambiwa maneno ni matatu. Number 1, the boycott goes on. Number 2, we must ensure we bring back sanity into the justice system. And number 3, independence of the judiciary does not mean immunity from scrutiny. And therefore we ask that even as we boycott today, that there is a reflection by the judiciary, even just looking from how the members of the public have been able to give their feedback. They need to sit down and analyze themselves. If courts have become masters unto themselves, that they can stop they can use court orders to stop the investigations, they can stop EACC from digging out the dirt, they can stop the JSC from being able to handle complaints placed before them, then how can we trust in our courts? The courts have always relied on public trust, and we urge them to win back that trust, because as the elections are coming, we'll be looking unto the courts to have some level of sanity. And we hope that they see this not just as lawyers rebelling, but lawyers calling them out to ask that they must be accountable. Their independence does not mean that they are above the law. Thank you, President.